Did the United States shoot down its own drone? This is the problem when you don't necessarily have a government where you have full faith and credibility in. Did the United States shoot down its own drone? Yesterday, I did a report showing that the US, or at the very least Trump, came out saying they shot down a drone, it belonged to Iran. Now, I asked the question on the show, well, do we know that it belonged to Iran? We may agree that you shot down a drone, but do we know that it belonged to Iran? And every news source that I looked at, the only person's word that they took for it essentially was Trump or the military that was involved in the process. Iran comes out and says, we've lost no drones. Whose drone got shot down? Welcome to the soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is the Progressive Soapbox, and this has been somewhat of a tit-for-tat escalation. And even though I know people think this might seem minor, think for the moment where this started, however, and think of the small escalations that have taken place to where we are now, where hardware, whether it belongs to the United States or whether it belongs to Iran, is now being shot out the sky. In one case, the US's drone, and in another case, another drone who we don't necessarily entirely know who it belongs to. A story comes out yesterday. Trump, we shot down a drone in the Persian Gulf. It's unclear whether it was in the Strait of Hormuz or whether it was in the Strait of Hormuz that's considered international waters. All of that stuff was unclear, and all of it, for the most part, you have to take US word on it. Iran comes out and says, we have not lost any drone in the Strait of Hormuz nor anywhere else. I am worried by USS Boxer has shot down one of their own drones by mistake. Now, this is the Deputy Foreign Minister of the Islamic Republic of Iran. He's saying it's not ours. Who do you believe? Who's telling the truth? And this is the problem with warfare. There's no way to know. It's possible that it's a U.S. drone. It's possible it's an Iran drone. It's possible that the U.S. is playing tit for tat and wanted to kind of, this kind of thing of how dare they shoot down our drones, so we're going to shoot down one of theirs as a brinksmanship type thing. I have no idea. And I would wager to you that most of the people who are looking at this, who are analyzing this news, don't know either. They're either accepting one word or the other, but they're accepting it. It's a different thing, and knowing is different. Look, if I am Iran and that's my drone, I'd lie. If I'm the United States and I want to amp up pressure, I may shoot down my own drone. Both of those things could be entirely true because both have incentives, I guess, built into the process that may lead an individual to do such a thing depending on their ideological bent. Stay tuned. The only thing you have right now is to see what takes place. All I can do is report what both sides are saying in this process and what their incentives are in the process. And that's all you got. What's true is, who knows? You're stuck in this notion of one side said this, the other side said that. Nevertheless, Iran is coming back saying it's not our drone. The United States says it's an Iranian drone. I don't know how the United States knew immediately there was an Iranian drone, but whatever. That's what we have. It's gotten to whatever you want to think of this, whether you think I'm being hyperbolic, whether you think I was being hyperbolic a year ago. It is now hardware. It's an inching process, but the process is moving. The frog's in the water. He doesn't see it getting hot. But we are now taking down hardware for one another. And if you accept the U.S. word for it, the U.S. or Iran shot down a U.S. drone, and now the U.S. has returned the favor. At least that's the overt narrative of it. Truth, who knows? Truth, who knows? I'll leave it here. This one wasn't meant to be long. I was just giving an update to what is currently taking place. I'll leave the article at the bottom. I wish, God, I wish, you have no idea how much I wish, that when the President of the United States, I don't care who it was, be it Republican or Democrat, comes out and said we did X or we did Y, and it deals with issues of war, issues that can drag the country into larger conflicts. I told you guys I've been reading Beaver's books on the Spanish-American War and World War I and World War II, and it freaks me out. This freaks me out. There are parallels. History doesn't repeat, but damn sure rhymes. On the positive side, the world is against Trump on this. Slightly. Because I suspect that what will happen is that the world will forget all of the provocations that took place to get us to the point of any typical conflict, and that the European leaders would essentially bow their heads, and they may go along with something that looks like somebody did something, ignoring all of the historical precedent of the United States doing things to instigate conflicts and then pointing to the other side and the guy did it. Nevertheless, stay tuned. I'll keep following this issue. If you enjoy the content, please like, share. You can support through PayPal or Patreon.